Hey everybody, this is Michelle Hansen, and I wanted to just shoot a quick video today. I've had some things on my mind and just wanted to share that with you. Okay, so one of the questions that I keep thinking about over and over again is why do moms struggle so much in these teen years? And it's been on my mind a lot as I've watched my friends and my acquaintances and also moms that I'm friends with on Facebook, and to see the way that they're struggling with their kids being teenagers. Why is it so hard for us when our kids hit the teens? And I have a couple of things that I want to talk to you about with that. The first is just that as moms, we sacrifice so much. I mean, we shared our body with these people, and then sometimes you've sacrificed a career, or you've sacrificed a relationship, or you've sacrificed something to create a better life for this child. And then suddenly they hit their teen years and they're incredibly ungrateful, and they're very egocentric in the teen years. They're very much all about them. And the world becomes very self-centered for teens. And then we, as moms, have this real struggle because it's like, I gave up everything for this. And you don't feel like there's any gratitude there. And so I think that this is what I want to talk about today with moms, because you have to understand that from your teen's point of view, it's not about you. And really, it's not about you. At this point in their lives, it's all about them. And so the fact that they become very self-centered and they're very looking at themselves, their own lives, their own wants and desires, that's a natural part of being a teenager. And it's essential to them creating their own identity. And it's really not about you. So it's not like they're saying like, gee, you shouldn't have, made those sacrifices. It's just that it's like, thanks, but I've got to figure this out. And that's really what it comes down to with teens. And so it's hard for us as moms, to watch them and push forward and be independent and not necessarily want to lean on us. And also to seemingly be ungrateful for the things that we've provided, and particularly for the sacrifices that we've made. But you've got to decide it's not about you. And the one thing that I think that moms would most benefit from understanding and from really embracing is this idea that your kids are not responsible for your happiness. They aren't. The only person responsible for your happiness is you. And you have to be willing to take that on. You have to be willing to say, no one can make me unhappy unless I allow it. No one can make me happy unless I create that. And so that's my challenge to you. So how do you do that? Especially when you've sacrificed like so much and you've built your life around your kids maybe, and now they're off, trying to pursue their own interests and they want to be with their friends. And what do you do? Well, first of all, you have to decide that you are completely responsible for your own happiness. And when you make that decision, you move from a place of disempowerment to a place of empowerment. And if you decide you are going to create happiness in your life, then you will. And then the way you do that is by you have to go out and find what makes you happy. I was listening to this podcast, and the gal she's like a weight loss coach, because hey, I got weight I need to lose, and I'm not all that motivated to lose it. And so I was listening to this podcast, and she said this really interesting thing. She was like, what do you do? How do you lose weight when food is your fun? And I thought about that, and I was like, well, I don't know. And she said, no, take a look at your day to day and look, what was one thing that you did just for fun that didn't involve food? And I was like, I got nothing. And because I looked at my day, and everything I had done during the day, I did out of obligation. I had been working, I had been cooking, I had been cleaning, I had been running kids here and there. Everything was about obligation. And the only thing that I'd done for fun was maybe to have this little treat. And I realized, like, wow, that's true, but it's not just true about food. It's true about everything. So the solution, her solution was you have to inject fun into your life, something that you do just for fun. And that's how you have to decide to take control of your happiness. You have to look at your life and you need to decide what is going to make you happy. What's the thing that's going to bring you joy? And you have to start doing the things that are going to make you happy. And as soon as you do that, you move into that empowered place where you are in control of whether or not you are happy. And not only that, but you have, because you've moved from a place of disempowerment to a place of empowerment, now your daughter sees what that looks like. And by example, you start teaching that she is in control of her own happiness. It's not that boy, it's not that grade, it's not that school, and it's certainly not you. You don't create her happiness, that she creates it herself. But you have to know how to do it, and you have to start doing it too. So that's my challenge for you. Take a look at your life. What do you do just for joy, just for the fun of it, just because you love it? And if you're like me and you look at your day and everything you've done out of a sense of obligation, just press the pause button and say, okay, what can I do to create more joy in my life? What can I do to create more happiness? Now, that particular day, I hadn't done anything fun, but I have done some things that really have created joy in my life. Like, I got a master's degree that I love. I'm creating a business that I love. I'm doing things that I really enjoy. It's just that sometimes I get wrapped up in those obligations and we forget to just inject the fun and the joy into our lives. And so I think that's a challenge for all of us, but particularly when you're the mom of teens and it's a hard time, and there's seemingly a lot of battles, but you can inject that joy into your life. You can take control of your own happiness, and first and foremost, you have to own the fact that your kids are not responsible for your happiness. Your husband is not responsible for your happiness. Your parents, not responsible for your happiness. The only person that can make you happy is you. So go out today and do it. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.